here from the phone. That's kind of cool. Kind of cool. Okay. Sorry, I just always have to check my audio. All right, let's come into that easy seated position. I have a little something to read this morning, and we're going to do a little bit of breathing meditation before we get moving, because we are coming up on the new moon Saturday, I believe. It's a new moon in Pisces, watery energy. All right, easy seated position. Take a couple moments here to relax the shoulders, relax the legs. Feel your seat bones touching the earth. Maybe rocking back and forth a little bit, swaying the spine a little bit, whatever a little bit of movements feel good to suss around, and then eventually find some stillness. Let your seat bones support you, and let that support from the earth rise up from your seat bones all the way up to the spine, lengthening and strengthening the spine. Chin is parallel to the earth. Eyes are closed if that's comfy. Palms are rested on the knees. Really taking a moment to come into your center here this morning. Taking a couple of big deep breaths here, helping that breath fully fill the chest cavity. In through the nose and out through the nose. Keep breathing fully as you inhale through your nose. Send that breath into the belly first. And then into the chest. If you want to bring a hand to the belly and a hand to the heart, it helps to kind of feel the breath as you're exhaling, letting that air out of the chest first and then the belly. Keep going with that breath. And as you're here, imagine a little seed. Maybe the seed is something that you'd like to plant and have grow this season. Maybe this is a seed that is being planted to grow over time. As we approach this new moon, see what energy this seed holds before you push it into the soil. Just taking a moment for this little visualization, welcoming the energy of spring, welcoming the energy of rebirth. And as you push that seed into the soil, time no longer exists. Watch that seed as it sprouts little roots underground. Watch as that seed starts to push through the dark dirt up towards the sunlight until it emerges from the topsoil. And then see if you can imagine it growing. What is it growing into? Is it a vegetable plant? Is it a flower? Is it a morph of the dreams that you're desiring in a flower? There's no wrong answers. Just staying in this energy of rebirth, watching this seed that you planted grow into beautiful flowering fruit or tree, whatever. Recognizing that this flower does not grow for itself. It grows to support the bees. It grows to support the soil, grows to support and nourish all around it. And it receives the nourishment from below, from the earth, receives the nourishment from the sun, from above. And that little plant has all it needs. Just recognizing that we are all connected, that we are that seed. And before we start our movement, stay here with this breath, stay here in this energy of spring and rebirth and growth and nourishment. I'm going to share slow motion prayer. Get real quiet and listen in. Keep going. You'll notice before long some small tendril of desire wrapped around the minerals that make you. Feel it pull up through your core like a river of blue opal. Laced through boulder stone, let that breath lift and dance you as bending grass dances in the fragrant wind. We know that longing can hurt, but realize it matters. Your longing is a slow motion prayer. Remember that the world is too longing for you to get out of your own holy way. So raise yourself up, hands open, heart first. We live on the wild edge of death and birth. It's up to us to begin again. Your belonging matters more than ever. Every small dream of a thriving world is one note in the new song, one thread in the new story. Our cell is this earth body pulsing towards vitality. Take a nice big deep breath in. As you exhale, notice if your shoulders or your legs got tense. If they did, let them relax, and then start to take your head around in a crown circle. So you can take it all the way around in the rotation, or you can go just rolling the head from side to side in the front, whatever feels good. Noticing any tension, breathing into that. Big breath. Experiencing some pretty tight neck issues right now, so I'm just kind of taking my own variation of the head circle, and that's okay. Like that's part of the yoga practice is you make it your own, you listen to your body, and you respond with what it's asking for. And my body was like, please, please don't take your head all the way around in that circle. So I'll breathe and just go side to side. One more time around. And then as you come around, bring your chin to your chest. Let the shoulders relax. Tend to bow forward like this. See if you can lean back into the support of your tailbone and then bring the chin to the chest. Big inhale, big exhale. And then bring that chin up towards the sky. Not crunching that cervical spine there, but thinking length and elongating. So not cranking the head all the way back, but just creating some length. And then bringing the head back to neutral, chin to the right shoulder. Inhale, exhale, breath cycle. Chin to the left shoulder. Exhale, inhale, breath cycle. Coming back to center. Let's go ahead and take the arms wide and then take that right arm across the front body. Now notice that I didn't go across the front body. I went kind of across the front body, and then go ahead and bring your hand underneath just to support the shoulder as we stretch sideways. Super simple stretch. Just a little something different. Noticing where you can relax through the shoulders, because a lot of times we want to tense up thinking or feeling maybe that that's stretching, but relax through those shoulders. No need to carry the weight of the world. Inhaling and exhaling. As you inhale, open the arms back up. Good morning, world. And then cross over to the other side. Again, a little bit of a diagonal, not fully across. And I mean, I suppose if you have a bigger chest too, this is, you know, probably the way it goes anyways. Everybody is yoga body, right? Oh, breathing one more time in this. And then opening the arms up. Go ahead and bring them to cactus arms. So sitting, readjusting your sit so that your spine can be straight. And in your cactus arms, your triceps are parallel with the floor. And then you're kind of squeezing the shoulders back a little bit. So opening through the heart, activating through the shoulders. Pause here for a moment. Take a big inhale and exhale. Feel the activation in the upper body. And then go ahead and inhale up. Exhale the cactus arms. Squeeze, a little bit of squeeze in the shoulders as you come down. Inhale up. Exhale the cactus arms. This time as you inhale up, see if you can keep the shoulders relaxed. Inhale up, shoulders relaxed. Almost like maybe you're holding a beach ball. And then go ahead and take an inhale. Reach the arms up. Interlock the fingers. Push the palms up towards the sky. Lean on over to the right. Continuing getting that upper body open and stretched. Notice if your cheek is lifting, so you can bring that cheek back down. Inhale up to center. Exhale over to the other side. Nice and open. Oh yeah, open up, breathe. And then inhale up to center. Exhale, drop your interlock, bring your hands and walk them all the way behind you so you can push into the palms. The arms are straight, the elbows are kind of turned in, really opening up through the chest. Again, relaxing the head back, but not cranking the neck all the way back. Pushing, opening the chest, opening the heart, opening the throat. Maybe if you want to imagine receiving some of these beautiful sunbeams right into that space. Taking an inhale, and then as you exhale, walk the hands forward all the way in front of you. Exhale from the mouth. One more time. Walking the hands back up, sending the legs long. We're going to take a nice forward fold to get that lower body opened up, stretched out. So first, of course, making sure that you're rooted in your seat bones. You can bounce the knees a little bit just to make sure we're not locking those knees out. Inhale the arms up. Let that strengthen and lengthen your spine. And then hinging at the hips, folding forward. You have two choices. You can either keep that straightness in the spine if that feels good, or you can fully round over. Can reach for the toes, reach for the ankles, whatever works. Find your forward fold, and then again, 3 cleansing breaths. In through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. One more time. In through the nose and out. Creating a new beginning. Inhale the arms all the way up. Exhale the arms down. And then switch on over to child's pose. So give the body one last opportunity to just relax into the practice. Remove any of that tension or stress from yesterday or from sleep. And again, 3 cleansing breaths here. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Sweet. Your next inhale brings you up into a tabletop position. And once you get to tabletop, we're going to do thread the needle before we get really moving. So take that right arm parallel to the earth, palm down, thread it between the left arm and the left leg, coming down onto the shoulder, keeping the hips high. Ouch. Leaning into the shoulder. Taking an inhale. Oh, yeah. And then inhaling, pushing up through that left arm, unthreading your needle, sending it really nice and long. And then bringing the hand back down. Taking the other side now, left arm goes nice and long, palm facing down, threading it in between the right arm and the right knee, coming down onto that left shoulder, left cheek. Thread your needle, hips high, leaning into that left shoulder. Tops of the feet planted into the mat. And then inhale, push up through that right arm. Send that left arm long and come back into tabletop. Plant those hands so you can tuck the toes and send yourself into down dog. Find your down dog for this morning. Check in, see where you're feeling the need to adjust. So maybe you need to walk your feet a little bit closer to the hands. Maybe you need to check and make sure your feet have some distance in between them. Checking to make sure that those hips are really drawing up towards the sky as the navel is tucked in towards the solar plexus. The spine is straight, the ears are in line with the triceps. Really spreading those fingertips, pushing into the palms. Letting this down dog just really get activated throughout the body as you take a couple of big, full, deep breaths. Sweet. Take an inhale. As you exhale, walk the feet to the hands so you can end up in a forward fold position. Coming into your forward fold. Again, taking some time to pedal out the legs. Shake the head yes or no. I'm going to cross my arms today because that feels good in my lower back. Can always take those fingertips and let them trace to the right and trace to the left, whatever your body is asking for in forward fold this morning and standing forward fold. Take a couple breaths and oblige to what your body is asking. Give it a little love. Thank you, body, for carrying me through this beautiful, awesome life. Find some stillness. We're going to do 3 cleansing breaths before we rise up. So inhale through the nose. out the mouth. Through the nose, out the mouth. Through the nose, out the mouth. Yes, we're going to root to rise. Make sure you have a little bit of space in between your feet. Really generous bend in the knees so that you can really push down through the feet to lift the body up as you root to rise. Again, imagining maybe that little seed now as you're breaking through the soil, rising up to greet the sunshine, arms up overhead, elongated, maybe even a little bit of a back bend. And exhale, bring the arms down to the side. Come into Tadasana. So the feet are hip width distance apart. They're very rooted and planted. Tadasana, mountain pose. We're going to embody that mountain energy right now. So roll the shoulders up and back. Open up the palms. You're almost squeezing the shoulders, opening up the chest. This is kind of like when we do centered pose in Hoop Yogini. This is a posture, a present moment awareness. So maybe seeing if you can bring the hips underneath the heart, a bend in the knees a little bit. And just be present in this moment with your breath. Take an inhale right into this moment. And then as you exhale, next inhale brings the arms up overhead. Exhale to a forward fold. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, walk the hands out, plank. Once you get into plank, go ahead and lower down, untuck the toes, find your up dog. And then tuck the toes and return to down dog. Stay in down dog for 2 breaths. And then on your next breath cycle, inhale, then exhale, walk the feet to the hands back into forward fold. Hang out in your forward fold for just a breath cycle. And then really generous bend of the knees, root to rise all the way up. Arms come up overhead as you exhale, back down into that forward fold. Inhale to your halfway lift. Exhale as you walk your hands away from the feet into plank. Find that plank nice and strong, hands underneath. If you want to bring the knees down, totally cool. Keep that spine straight, elbows tucked as you lower down. Bring the legs straight, finding your up dog. And tucking the toes, finding your down dog. Feeling the effects of our movement, taking an inhale and an exhale to bring that breath back in if it waned. And taking an inhale. Exhale, walk the feet to the hands, forward fold again. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale to your forward fold. Check and make sure you have enough space in between your feet. We're going to root to rise and then into chair. So you want to make sure you have your feet hip width distance apart. Bending the knees as you inhale, rolling up. Root to rise all the way up. Good morning, Thursday morning. And then sit down into that chair. I'll turn sideways just so you can kind of see. Bring that weight into the heels. And the arms are up. Sitting down into it, trying to keep a straight back. And also, too, if this is too intense right away in the morning, you can always just bring your hands into prayer. And I'm already feeling it in my legs. So take an inhale as you exhale, forward fold. Inhale to a halfway lift. As you exhale, walk your hands away from your feet. Find that plank again. Go ahead and lower down. Find your up dog. Yes, yes. And then take a down dog. All right, let's really get that blood pumping. Find your down dog, nice and supported down dog, shifting the support into your left foot and then taking your right toe and drawing a rainbow from the floor up to the ceiling into three-legged dog. Hips are square with the ground. Really point that toe for a minute. And then as many motions as you need to, bringing that right foot all the way up to plant in between the feet. Left toes turn out. We're setting up for warrior one. Generous bend in the front leg, back leg is straight. Inhaling up into warrior one. Yeah. That song, who sings that? I am a warrior. That was awfully off tune, but whatever. Inhale in this warrior, sink down into it a little bit more, get that activation. And then exhale, bring the hands down to frame the feet. Turn the left toes in, plant the hands, send the feet back. Plank. Woohoo. Go ahead and lower down. Untuck the toes, find your up dog. Feeling the heat generating from our core. Tuck the toes, find your down dog. Oh, yes, oh, yes, oh, yes. Once you get into your down dog, take a couple big full breaths. Awesome. Shifting the weight over into that right foot a little bit so that you can draw your rainbow with your left foot. Three-legged dog. Really pointing that toe, getting that activation, and then sending it through to set up for your warrior one. Oh, yeah. Set up for your warrior one. Push down through the feet to lift up. Woo. Chest is facing forward as much as possible. Arms are up. And again, the arms up is too intense in the morning. You can always have the hands at prayer. But I encourage you to push yourself. Get that blood pumping. Nourish those tissues. Big inhale. As you exhale, bring the hands down to frame the feet. Turn the toes in. Send the foot back so you can hit that plank. Yeah, just lower down. Untuck the toes. Find your up dog. Tuck the toes. Find your down dog. Catch up with your breath. All right, go ahead and take your right leg up to the sky, three-legged dog. We're not going to hold it there this time. And as you bring your leg through, bring your right foot over to your left hand and your right knee over to your right hand. So you're bringing your shin parallel with the front of the mat as best you can. We're setting up for pigeon. So that left leg is nice and straight. Usually we do this reclined. So as you notice, my shin does not go fully parallel with the mat. That's about as far as it'll go because my hips are really tight. So gives you an idea. So find that, and you can lower down too onto your forearms. Again, I have really limited mobility in my hips, so this is usually what my pigeon looks like on my right side. So left leg is long, top of the foot is into the mat. Finding that pigeon, that's going to work for you this morning to get that nice big deep hip stretch. And then 2 big cleansing breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. And again, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Awesome. Okay, so swing that right leg around, send the left leg long, send the right leg long so that you can end up back in plank. Go ahead and lower down, untuck the toes, find your up dog, and then tuck the toes and return to your down dog. Maybe pedal the legs out, readjust in your down dog, and then shift that weight over to the right foot so that you can draw your rainbow with the left leg. Swinging it through so that you can set up for pigeon on the other side. And again, this leg looks a little bit more parallel with the front of the mat. But again, you can always stick a block underneath any parts that need support. If you want to lower down into your pigeon further, you can. 2 good full deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth here. Awesome. Go ahead and plant your hands. Tuck that right toe under so you can come up and send that left foot back nice and long in that plank. Go ahead, lower all the way down, untuck the toes, take your up dog. And then shift, transition back into a couple more good deep breaths here. Really breathing big and deep, allowing yourself a little bit of space for stillness here. And then rise up into tabletop position. And let's take do a couple of figure eights with the hips first. Just a couple of figure eights, whichever way you want to go. Again, keeping that breath nice and big, slow inhales and exhales. And then coming back into center, and then taking a couple cat cows, inhaling, dropping the belly, crown to tailbone, exhaling into your cat. One more time. And then walking your feet up so that you can sit in easy seated pose. Walking, I don't know what that directive was, but whatever. Find your booty. Find your seat. As we round out our practice this morning, returning to easy seated pose, returning to center. Just for today, we will not be angry. Just for today, we will not worry. Just for today, we will be kind to every living thing. Just for today, we will do our work honestly. And just for today, we will be grateful. Keep breathing here. I'm going to read this slow motion prayer one more time just because I really like it. And give us some space for breathing and a little bit of stillness here. Coming up on that new moon, the dark of the moon, time to be still, the time for rebirth. Get real quiet and listen in. Keep going. You'll notice before long some small tendril of desire wrapped around the minerals that make you. Feel it pull up through your core like a river of blue opal, laced through boulder stone. Let the breath lift and dance you. as bending grass dances with fragrant wind. We know that longing can hurt, but realize it matters. Your longing is slow motion prayer. Remember that the world is too longing for you to get out of your own holy way. So raise yourself up, hands open, heart first. We live on the wild edge of death and birth. It's up to us to begin again. Your belonging matters more than ever. Every small dream of a thriving world is one note in the new song, one thread in the new story, one cell in this earth body pulsing towards vitality. Take an inhale and feel that vitality pulsing through you this morning. The story of your life. Give yourself a moment of acknowledgement for showing up on the mat this morning. And also give yourself some acknowledgement for being a divine being, a bridge between heaven and earth. Go ahead and inhale the arms up overhead. Palms meet. Draw it down into heart center. Again, inhaling up. This time, let's fortify that rose quartz bubble. Protecting our energy, nothing less than love in and nothing less than love out. And this time, as we inhale, we're going to repeat 3 times. My energy is fully restored. So as you inhale, my energy is fully restored. My energy is fully restored. Palms meet. My energy is fully restored. Pause here for a moment with breath. May you be safe and protected. May you be healthy and nourished. May you love and be loved. May you truly be happy. Namaste. Awesome sauce. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.